sounds, it gets, I have to play too much with the volume.
I say we're starting, and you start chatting.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
I'm
but
sorry.
yes, but that means we're going to actually start the music first. You know what we need? We need one of those little intro things like, we're going to be starting in a few seconds, because it always takes so flipping long for Twitch to decide that we're
Yep.
starting. So we're actually going to wait to see if we start really on Twitch. Ooh, we're really on Twitch. Great. We're going to start the music. Be quiet now. Shh. Good evening and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for January the 12th, 2021.
I'm Darkthorn. That's
Um,
Mom.
and together,
We're Wild
Stallions. I
Stallions.
still haven't watched that movie yet. I gotta go watch that movie. Though I love our intro
It's
music.
good.
Yeah, I heard it was, for being one of the few movies to come out during the plague here with the specific
And for
intention.
and for the fact it took what 20 years.
Yeah, but I heard it was worth it.
Yep,
I
it
mean,
was.
there are definitely movies out there that weren't worth the 20 years. ID4, the remake, whatever the hell that was called. Heck, that was called. Sorry.
Independence Day Resurgence or whatever. Yeah.
I watched it. I don't know why I watched it. What was I thinking? It was such a good movie the first time around. Why would I try and watch it again?
Yeah, and no offense, the filmmaker Roland Emmerich, the movie quality has gone progressive. He's gotten progressively worse and worse movies.
Well, yeah, it becomes all effects and no content.
Right.
And even the effects aren't that good anymore. Which
I
brings
mean,
us.
we got to the point. We are going to make Godzilla. That was not Godzilla.
Did he make the
We are
bad
kaiju
Godzilla?
fans. That was not Godzilla.
Was that the bad Godzilla? The that's a
That
lot
was
of
a
fish.
Sony Godzilla. That was a Sony Godzilla. Yeah.
That's a lot of fish Godzilla.
Yep.
Oh god, that was so bad. Oh,
But we got John Reno.
I like Jean Reno. I think he's wonderful.
But he wasn't in there. Nobody was good in there.
No, there was no good in that one. That was just a bad movie. Bad, bad,
Yep.
bad. Boisson, Boisson, whatever. Good evening, WC. How are you?
Bonjour, mes amis.
So anyway, WC, I was going to tell you when we were chatting earlier that about a year ago, Pi talked me into doing a homemade bread starter, sourdough starter, just from water in flour and let it sit out until it got kind of bubbly, day in, day out, day in, day out. Ooh, well, good for you. And I finally started making bread for my bread dough starter. So I have whole wheat rye bread with a little olive oil and a pinch of salt. And it's darn tasty. Not great, but darn tasty. What's your workshop that you're running tomorrow? And how the heck can you guys have workshops, or is this a digital workshop? Yeah, it was good sourdough. Let's see here. There it is. There's my sourdough. And currently with cherry jam on top of it. Cherry preserves. It's very tasty. Running it virtually. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I had a virtual seminar today on the payroll protection program, which is how the government is giving money out to businesses to help fund, people who've lost money. Hey, if you have a business, there is the new program and it opens tomorrow. And I think they said there's like $600 million available. Well, come on over, WC. It's really delicious. It's absolutely delicious. So yeah, if you run a small business and you're interested in the PPP, I'm no expert on it, but I can put you in touch with, the right paperwork.
Too bad we can't call ourselves a business.
No, we would have had to have been incorporated. Well, technically we were, but you had to be able to prove that your 2020 quarter over 2019 quarter, you could pick the quarter, was down at least 25%. Well, yeah, ours was definitely down 25%.
Yeah.
But because we're totally based on donations and book sales, we actually are up on those two.
Yeah.
What can I say? We done good. Which brings me to my question of the day. Is there any reason to keep the Braden set? I mean, I don't see anything that great about it, and it's something if I was really desperate, I could go back and play the missions again.
Yeah, usually I just dump sets on a ship or something if I think I'm going to use them otherwise.
You can see all the various things that I've got sitting up here.
But then again, in stuff I earn, I tend to be a hoarder.
Well, so do I, but this thing, I don't think I've ever used it. She says, I don't think so, but I'm not a big fan of it for anything outside of the visuals. Well, I don't care about the visuals, to be honest. And it's sitting there. I don't think I've ever used it on a ship on this tune. I picked it up today for my other Klingon tune. I was doing some research on it, and there doesn't seem to be anybody who's a huge fan of it.
Yeah. I don't even know what it does anymore, so...
17.5 Starship shield capacity, little control expertise. Decent control expertise. Plus 43.8. Plus 26.2 Starship drain.
But you're not really running a Gravwell ship.
And I never will be on this tune. And there's better ones out there.
Right.
Fine, let's get rid of that one. Yes, I really want to discard that. What else have we got that's Braden in here? Oh God, I've got so much junk in here. I had that being protected? What is wrong with me? I have to seriously think about the Breen stuff too while I'm at it.
Breen stuff, yeah.
In its time. In its time.
It was good in its time, but
its time has finally come to be pitched out. Fine, that gave me some room. I'll keep the rest of that stuff for the moment. It's got decentish science-y buffs. Yeah, okay, I agree. It's outperformed by a lot. That was what I was finding in my research. So, yeah, I don't need to keep that. Thank you. Alrighty. Oh, I have to go back to Laura. Is that you right there? Hi. Hi.
Yeah,
hi.
that's me right there.
Hi. 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 Hi.
Snuck up on you.
Hi. Hi. Yeah, I know. I've got to go take him up there.
What does this thing do besides spin around and have lights?
Well, if you can get your hand in there fast enough and snag the money out, it's yours. It's the challenge.
Oh, it's not even spinning that fast. I can get in there and get the money. But there is no money in there.
It's how the bank works on Kronos. It's to teach you speed. When we were teaching kids how to punch fast, punching fast is one thing, but you have to retract the punch as fast as you throw it out there. So we would put a soft weight on the end of a rope. Nothing horrible if you got smacked in the face by it. Big deal. And we would twirl it around, and you had to throw the punch and retract it so that the string wouldn't hit you. And that was great fun for all the kids. Let's see.
I remember, and it's a good reflex test. There was one point just to test people's reflexes, and nobody really can do it. Coach, the track coach, just as a demo point, took out a dollar bill. Somebody had their hand right below
Mm-hmm.
theirs.
Mm-hmm.
He's holding it by the end and let go, and the goal was to try to catch it before it dropped through.
Yes.
Out of like 20 people who tried, one person.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not easy because you don't know when it's going to drop, so
Right.
it's
And
complete reaction.
yeah, somebody did that to my brother. One of my cousins did it. And my brother didn't get it on the first one, didn't get it on the second one, got it on the third one, and the guy was just unhappy. Let's see, no, we're definitely not doing it. That. Let's
Yeah.
go back and see what we've got. Yes, Pi, you definitely have to play it after your shift is done. Otherwise, you're going to fall behind, and we don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
We thought we'd have a Borg, or it's not a Borg, an RA day today. And if anybody wants to level up some ships or do endeavors, we'll just kind of have a goofy day today.
Yeah. We can do Borg RAs all day to level ships.
Well,
Oh, come on. We were doing that
well,
pretty quick.
not just Borg RAs. We can do Tholians too. I mean, we
True.
can get adventurous here.
Yep.
Alrighty, what the heck have I got there? I came back here for a reason. Why did I come back here? Getting old, folks.
Oh, I could be so terrible, but I'm not going to be.
You could be. This is true. I came back here because I wanted to put something in the bank. I came back here because I wanted to take something out of the... Oh, that's what I wanted. I wanted to pick up the upgrades. Let's see if I... Oh, damn. Excuse me. Darn it. I didn't put them back in here. All I have is a... Hold it. There we go. We can use the Phoenix ones. Am I down to only 26 Phoenix upgrades? That's sad. We must
I
have a
know,
Phoenix event.
after the upgrade weekend, I kind of burned through a bunch of upgrades for stuff, so I know your pain.
Yep. Oh, I don't have any of those either. Normally I throw an Omega in here, but I don't think it really matters too much.
No, Omega seems to work a lot better on lower tier items than higher tier.
Yes, well, this was a 2 to start.
Yeah, I probably would have done.
Okay, we'll leave it as a 13. It's good enough for this, for the moment. Since in
Yeah, it's
theory...
not-
I'll
in
get something better.
theory, in theory, you're going to be upgrading all
Yeah.
that equipment later.
Exactly. I just wanted to get something in there that was better. Yeah.
I know what you
Darn
mean.
that work. It interferes with everything. So bear with me while I have some of my sandwich.
Oh, no problem.
Mhm.
I'm debating whether I should start. It'll be expensive. I'm just debating whether I should start getting like freaking for certain officers for various points. Whether I should start picking up Delta since it's Delta, the Delta duty officer packs, and maybe keys.
Okay, that's reasonable. Yeah, actually, I agree. The Bream stuff was pretty cool in its time, which was...
The visuals are still good on it, so I
Yeah,
mean,
but
and I can always throw them into a visual slot on the ship if I wanted to.
fine, I'll see if I like them on the visuals.
Well,
Okay.
we know the Impulse had the big white trails, but the Shields had a visual. Reflector, I don't think it did. So
How do I make the visuals work then? Because they're not showing up.
beam out into space.
Oh, okay. Sector space?
Chrono system be good enough.
Okay. Yeah, I know space Barbies. No, it still isn't showing anything as being available. There we go.
Yeah.
So I have Bozeman, Prevailing, Jem'Hadar, and Bozeman. Why do I have two Bozemans?
Picked it up twice. I get
Apparently.
rid of one of them.
Mm-hmm. Get rid of the one that's sitting there in stock.
Yeah, the Breens had that white snowy trail, which was different.
Oh, they're just not showing up here as available. That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it don't want to work, throw it out.
Goodbye. Goodbye, my love.
We can always get you new Breen toys.
No kidding. If I remember right, the engine comes out of the winter event too, right?
No, that's the Warp Core.
The warp core. Yeah, I'll keep
The
all that stuff.
engine, the deflector, and the shields were
From the
in those
mission.
Breen. Yeah, from the
Hi,
Breen
Rasul.
missions.
All right, so we're going to run some RAs today. I don't care if we go Federation or KDF. It's up to everybody. We can do some of both.
Hey, I'm curious about something. I know you have these things.
Okay.
I can see your ship.
Apparently I have mastered this one. Oh, well. Yes.
I'm just curious.
Yes.
What does your ship look like with the Alliance Vanity Shield?
Let me get out here into space a little bit and let's take a look. I don't have the Alliance Vanity. I have the Medical Vanity.
Well, you can pick up the Alliance. If you picked it up on one character, it's still going to be Mud's Market.
Okay. I don't know that I've ever picked it up.
Or, yeah, I know it's in the Zen store, so
Let's see.
Alliance is in promotions on Zen store.
Say that again?
Promotional on the Zen store.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Better on my ship. Yeah, I thought it might make the wings stand out more. But
No, they're kind of meh.
nah,
I think the
it's kind
medical
of bad before. Yeah. I
would
mean,
be
I have it on
tasteless.
my ship, and you can see the wings on there. Looks pretty good on my little ship.
Let's see. I've got medical. Got Bajor. See how that looks. That's a little bit better with the Bajor,
Yeah.
but still not fabulous. And then my last option would be the Jemmy. Ooh. Jemmy
Yeah,
looks
these
good.
Look good on that. Yeah. Those purple highlights kind of work well on that particular ship.
I like the detail it gives too. Yeah, that's nice. The orange, or sorry, the purple and the green is a little, but hey, it's not bad. Let's see what the tummy looks like. Ooh. Not bad. I can live with that. But since I've leveled that ship, I'm going to run over to this
Yeah, we're
shipyard
not
and
working
switch
on
it
that thing
out.
today, so
Yeah. So were you with us last night when we were running those big elite patrols?
yes.
Yeah, they don't level as quickly as doing an advanced with one person.
Right. Yeah, or if you have the right weapons, and you will eventually,
Oh yeah.
doing elite as one person.
Okay, fine.
I think that's the wrong shipyard.
Yeah, it is. So just beam down and beam back up to the shipyard.
Yeah.
We'll do it the easy way. And the ship will magically wind up in the right spot.
Yep.
Alrighty, which one are we going to pull out this time? What's left? I've got so many ships. So many ships, so little time.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Well, I haven't done the Titan on this tune. I've done the Rizian Corvette. I've done my other ships. That ship's done. That ship's done. Okay, so I've still got the... Let's see, what have I got?
The IKS. It's another Enterprise.
Yes, I do have that one left. Hmm.
Oh, as I've said here, and I've said to you, starting RP point, we're on a Luna class. So I think MIA Gorn's being the chief of security, so it's going to be like, so I'm going to be joking about a lot of stuff. If we run into another Luna, I'm going, Captain, we are being held by another Enterprise. That's what it says. It's another Enterprise.
Huh, I don't think I've ever used the Jem'Hadar Vanguard on this one. And I should have the event ship.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anything else. Well, this says I've got a ton that I've never used, but we know that's a lie.
Yeah.
But have I never used the battlecruiser? Huh.
You know what's funny?
What?
When I went for that weapon cycle trade, I picked up a Morrigu.
Ooh. Morrigus are good ships.
Yep.
All right, which ship should I drag out of storage? I've got
What have you got?
the
What have you
Fakiri
got?
from the winter event. I've got a Rizian weather control from the summer event. A Jemmy that I've Vanguard that I've never opened. The Kidmer. The Fakiri from last winter. The Alachi frigate. The Vulcan Tapau. And the Fakiri from 2 winters ago. Yes, I know. I never do anything with my ships. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not incredibly impressed with the Fakiri ships. I mean, it's fun on my Pharasian, but it's not.
Well, I think they're fun.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, they're
you know,
fun, but it's just.
they're
But
fun,
it's
but not
not.
fabulous.
Right.
Let's see. Let's take out. Well, let's go through them then. Let's start with the Fakiri store.
Yeah, the store is one of the more fun ones out of them. The store ship.
And let's see if we can pull anything off. It's the puck. Anything here that I want to put into dry dock?
You know, I am going to type, since nobody can read this, if I PM it to you.
Okay.
I have a bizarre name for the ship.
Okay. You send it by Skype?
No, I'm PMing it to you in game.
Ooh! I like it.
You like that?
Yes. That is an excellent name. All right, so our Fakiri store is the Wrath of Kel.
Yes, because we call it the store ship, so it's store ship 2, the Wrath of Kel.
Could call it the T6 Oberth.
Oh, you just jinxed that for another 2 years.
Yeah, they might put it out there, but let's not hold our breath waiting for that. Okay, so remember I have all that corrosive equipment? Just for fun, let's grab that.
It's always good. I mean, what I do later on, and I got to do it on certain feature characters, I'll start doing alternate builds on other ships with different weapons.
Yeah, why not? Especially for this where we're just having some fun.
Yep.
Corrosive plasma, right? Yes.
If I really want to have fun, I do have a Rycian Corvette.
Oh yeah,
Tier
those things are
6.
fun.
So, we're going to fly a Rising Corvette.
I like that ship. I really enjoy the Corvette.
And this ship is just going to have stuff thrown on here.
Yep, that's the way I do them. Okay, so let's go. All right, what should we use? I've got Bajoran. I've got Kabali. I've got the Soul Defense. Ooh, Pi, you got your new headset. Yay. Doesn't really give me a lot. Mm-hmm. Yes, I know. None of this goes together. Don't sweat it. It's just stuff. Having some fun here.
Yeah, exactly. If we can't have fun when we do this,
Darn
then
it.
we're in the wrong game.
We're definitely never in the wrong game.
Yeah.
Put that on there because I suspect this won't have great maneuverability. Nah, I won't take anything off that one. Maybe I will. Science consoles. Oh, that would be fun. Tactical. Have I got anything that's going to support this on tactical? I do. Amazing. Not great stuff, but it's something. Oh, I remember the good old days when the plasmonic leech was just the hot ticket. All right, let me beam into space and put some stuff together for stations. Hopefully it will be nice. It's a very nice Christmas present. Somebody else got a headset for Christmas too, Pi. It wasn't me.
And it's awesome. That's sounding better and better. Finally getting the thing tuned right.
That definitely helps.
Yeah.
So let's switch that out.
Boom. Boom. Here
Yes.
comes the boom.
Hey, Boom. How are you? I thought you were talking about the fact that downstairs somebody just slammed a door and went boom.
No, well, at least it didn't do like the mid '90s awful music reference that everybody seems to do at some point in knowing me.
I think we did. I think I did just go. Here comes the boom.
Sorry, I'm just replying to the ship builder channel. Someone's asking how to improve their build with all beam weapons at the front, and then they're wondering why they're not getting good DPS without any beam modifiers.
Okay. Well, you know, it's good that they're asking. Somebody will help them.
Yeah, I suppose there is that.
Yeah.
On a different one, I actually noticed something that I'm trying to do the math on right now that could actually be potentially really, not necessarily game changing, but could help with my DPS, and I'm surprised I've never noticed it before.
Which is?
So I'm going to go into really advanced mathematics right now, so bear with me. So
Okay.
I've got a full image refractor, which is a 20% damage bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then I've got locators, which are 39.4% damage bonus.
Yes.
Here's the really advanced mathematics. 39 is a bigger number than 20.
Yes, yes, it is.
So I'm trying to work out if on either console which ones are Cat 1 damage and which are Cat 2. Because if they're both Cat 1, then the locator / exploiter will do more damage. If they're both Cat 2, then the locator / exploiter will do more damage. But if the locator exploiter is Cat 1 and the hull image refractor is Cat 2, then the refractor will do more damage. Plus, the refractor also allows you to do hull overcapping, which can be useful.
Yep.
So, research ahoy, I will be spending half an hour trawling Reddit for this information.
It's out there. You know it's out there.
Well, I'm kind of
Along with
thinking,
the
right,
truth.
as well as the truth, yeah. I'm also kind of joking aside, I'm kind of wondering right now if it's the sort of thing where you drop in the exploiter, you know, you do your DPS, you go, well, hey, I get X DPS, but then you drop the refractor back in just to get your survivability back. So it's like, you know, here's every day, here's for setting records.
Yeah, exactly. Russell says anything labeled as bonus damage is Cat 2, as is all critical damage. The rest is Cat 1.
Sorry, just repeat the beginning of that. Bonus is Cat 2.
Yes, as is all critical damage.
Okay, so it doesn't. So if it doesn't say bonus in the damage descriptor, it's Cat 1.
Correct.
Okay, this might do some. This might need to do some testing. Let's have a look at the other stuff.
All right, I'm ready to try some red alerts on a completely junk built ship.
So Ashley, the reason I put the plasmatic on was because I felt really sad that it's been sitting there unloved, probably for a year. Yes, I anthropomorphize my equipment. I think all of my bridge officers are real. When I have to get rid of them, I explain that they're getting a promotion, that they're not getting kicked off the ship because they're only green. No, no, no. We're going to send you off someplace. Somebody's going to make you blue, or, you know, based on your performance, you've been upgraded to purple, but I have to send you off to your own ship. I really do this. I am a sad person. What shall we do, DT?
I want to do. Let's do a Borg and then do a Tholian.
Let's start with Borg then. Wee woo?
Wee woo.
Okie dokie.
I like it, the Wrath of Kel. That was kind of brilliant of me, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, the plasmonic leech is a standard on most of my KDF builds. Just because. But it's been sitting on this one for a long time, untouched.
I've got 2 of those.
Ooh.
I was given one very early on by, I think, probably Sol. And then I think when we were working very early on of increasing my, this is laughable I suppose now comparatively, when we were working on increasing my DPS from 2,000 to 8,000, I think you sent me a second one. It's,
They're out there. People use them. I like them still. But yeah, at one time it was the bee's knees, and when I had them and could give them away, yay.
They were very useful for a time. I mean, I suppose when you're leveling, they're more useful because your power levels aren't great when you're leveling.
That's true. That's actually a really good point.
Sorry, forgot to ask. How's the 2 of your days been?
Pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah. Spent most of the day doing seminars on government funding for businesses, which was just not exciting.
Yeah, that sounds about as interesting as watching paint dry.
Yeah, unfortunately they did a, hey, and this project goes live tomorrow.
Huh.
Fortunately, our boss had us kind of get everything ready, but they still haven't officially declared what pieces of paper you have to submit for it. So tomorrow at 9 o'clock we'll be either really lucky we'll have all of it ready, or we'll be completely screwed. Because it is kind of first come, first serve for the $600 million that's out there. Well, that went pretty well. And somebody was way too close to that warp core.
Wasn't me.
No, it's somebody named Bach.
I know, I threw on the turbo boost when the thing was about to blow.
Yes, get the heck out of here.
Soliton wave generator.
I love that thing.
Yep. I don't know. I think I want to try to build this ship at one point. I'm going to keep this ship and I'm going to build it for absolute blazing speed.
Yeah, it's actually a great ship for it. And then do Tour of the Galaxy with it. You said you wanted to go on and do Tholians?
Yeah,
Okie dokie.
Tholian sounds like fun.
If anybody wants to join us, we're happy to team up. This is mostly for fun tonight. It's always for fun. What am I saying? It's always for fun.
So it's all fun until somebody loses an eye.
Green alert, by the way?
Yep.
Okay.
Flashy, flashy.
Green flashy thingies.
It's good that there's this new event thing. It's good that it's like 30 seconds to complete it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's one of the things that annoys me about some of the larger ones. Where like you start off and you go, "Oh, this is an interesting TFO," and then after the 14th time of doing it, you're like, "Oh no, not this one again."
Yeah, by the
Yeah,
14th
I
time, you're
know.
like, can you AFK this?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah,
what's
no.
the best way to AFK it?
We got 10 days of red alerts, so I don't want to burn out on red alerts. Technically, we got 14 days, but 10 days to get a nice reward.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Unless you
reward
buy
for this
out.
looks pretty good as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Token, the
You
tech
got the
upgrade,
you
and
got the-
specialization.
Yep, you got the X upgrade, the specialization point, and the tech upgrade.
And if you can do it with a 2-minute investment of time on each account, that's nothing.
Yeah.
And I presume when you get done with it, they do the standard dilithium reward.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Even if it doesn't, even if it doesn't, it's still.
Well, this would be fun for doing any board kills we've got. Tholian kills. Which one is the long one on this? Is it Lachi?
Yeah.
I find if I keep it anything other than the Borg, I mean, I don't know if it's any different on this one, but whenever we've had similar in the past,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the
the Borg
Zenkathi.
ones. Sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking the Zenkathi one's also a big time gated one.
Yeah, and the Zenkethi has a
Fail condition, yeah.
yeah,
So
exactly.
you have to pass that one.
Well, I didn't know that. I wasn't thinking that specifically. I was thinking more along the lines of because the Borg one's usually literally at the top of the list.
Yes.
If you select the Borg one, it wee-woos like half a second after
Yeah,
you press
yeah.
the button, 99% of the time. If you select any of the others, as you go further down the list, the wee-woo takes longer and longer to come up to the point where some of them take longer than a standard TFO. It's almost like most people just go, top of the list, I'll do that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's exactly it. There was a time when the Borg one took time.
There was a time way back when, and we're done already, that the board was a
Holy.
challenge.
There's a time when this one was a challenge.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the Nicole can be really long too. Can be. Not always, but can be.
I don't think I leveled the ship on that one. Oh well.
No, because this isn't giving us the same kind of XP that we get off patrols. I'm up to
Yeah.
almost 3.
Did you finish leveling your Morrigan?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I am 15 away from 3. Let's do a patrol.
Okay. Yeah, after yesterday with the Morgu, I was like 3 points shy of leveling it, so I just ran something quickly this morning. And DT and I were just looking at it. Until I get enough to lithium to make it worthwhile, I'm not going to bother with fixing it up. At least there's no cooldown on the RA. That's correct.
How about a wanted advanced?
How about I invite you to a team?
That will help.
What advanced?
Wanted advanced, since there's only 2 of us running at the moment.
I mean, if you want a hand with it, I don't mind
Are
doing it.
you-
I'm just flying around right now doing...
Are you KDF
Nebula
or
things.
Federation?
Ah, yeah, good point. Right, you do you.
We'll do this one, then we'll switch over and we'll do some on the Fed. How's that, DT?
That sounds good.
Okay. And you wanted to do wanted?
Wanted advanced, yes. Launching.
Launching. But yeah, I'm happy to level up some ships on all of the attunes. I want to get all my missions done, all my standard ships leveled.
Yeah. I do too, but
And then I can go buy some new ships and have some fun.
I mean, we can tell how serious I'm taking this. This whole ship's a rainbow build.
Deputized, not me.
Warriors, come out to play. Warrior. I need bottles on my fingers. Come out to play.
Sorry, trying to help somebody figure out where their ignore list is. Takes me out of the game for just a moment. So, DT, Boom, I have a question for both of you. When you're doing your endeavors, do you ever get so
Yes.
preoccupied with what you're doing that you kind of put the endeavor on the side, or do you always focus straight on the endeavor?
How do you mean put it on the side? You mean like you just get distracted doing something else?
Yeah, so I had to kill Terran ships today. I only had to kill 5 Terran ships, so in theory should have been in and out. But you get there and you realize that, okay, yeah, I can kill my 5 Terran ships and leave, but honestly I should help out the team and, make sure that we get the entire field. Oh, okay, well the
Yeah, usually
planet
I'll wait
killers
for the
just
field to be
popped.
done.
Oh, I'm going to do the last fight sequence. 35 minutes later, you finished your endeavor. You've got, XP, you've got lithium, you've got all that stuff.
Usually,
But the quick in and out
if
is gone.
on the end, depends on the character. On the end, if I'm in a character that really doesn't need anything, like if I'm doing the endeavor on Jason just to get it done, I'll help the team with the stage and then I'll leave. Or if it's pops right at that state, I'll do like the planet killers or whatever it is on Terran battles, and I'll do the stations. But then because there is that cooldown period between the stations and the big scrub, I'll take off then because everybody will be at the scrub and I don't need to worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find myself getting caught up in getting the whole whatever it is finished.
find it depends, to an extent it depends on how much time I've got. I generally try and help, so for example, if I'm doing, say, like Undine Battle Zone to get like Undine or for the boss stuff at the end,
Mm-hmm.
I generally find that if I only need to like 5, I'll try and take the, the specific target that I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of go, I'm not just going to kill 5, I'll actually complete it and then I'll move on.
Okay.
But if I've got a bit more time and I'm not really in any, because sometimes you jump on and you're just like, I just want to quickly get these done, then I can go and do something else for the evening.
Yes.
If I know I'm actually going to be on the game for most of the evening and I'm kind of just not really doing it seriously, but just doing things, as it were, just whilst you're like on a chat session or whatever, then I'll generally just go, I'm going to stay in this area until at least the major event, and then go and do something else. So it kind of depends, but usually it's more so the former than the latter.
I have a tendency to try and get my endeavors done when I get up, which is 5 in the morning. And okay, I just need the 5 Terran ships. 45 minutes later, I'm still working on getting the whole map done, making sure everything's completed. All the quadrants are done. The team's
You're
fulfilling.
mildly obsessed there.
I get focused rather than obsessed. Once it's done, I can walk away from it, but it's one of those, oh, well, I'm here. I was
I'm
wondering if
here.
it was
We
just
need
me.
to get this done. We need to get this done. We need to get this done.
Yeah.
We're losing the zone. I have to go save that.
Yeah, there is that part too. I was wondering if it was just me.
I mean, the other thing to also keep in mind for myself at least is where it's one of those ones where I've got a bit more time to just do the entire thing, not just a specific objective. It also depends on which kind of arena I'm in, because if it's the Zinkati thing, that thing takes bleeding ages to do.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm not spending an hour while people are trying to work out what to do, and you're trying to basically solo the entire thing. But if it's like the Both one, which is remarkably easy, where it's basically go and park above a tower, blow a few things up, wait for the ships to come in and blow those up, I'm more likely to do those.
Okay.
I think if you think about it, the overarching kind of, for myself at least, the overarching trend is, if it's Zinkati, either a TFO or a part of the map, chances are I'm not going to like it. I mean, which one's the one? So, which one's the one where you grab the bombs?
Zinkati front.
Yeah. See, that one's good if you're with a team that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
But most of the time, the team doesn't know what they're doing, and suddenly what should be a 5 to 10 minute TFO takes 30 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we pugged it this morning, Ed and I did, and you never know what you're going to get with the pug, especially on advanced. And once again, we wound up with a team that knew exactly what it was doing. So almost everybody had a bomb, almost everybody knew how to get it into the right area. And only one guy kind of got stuck, unable to launch the bomb, but somebody else was behind him. I was trying to do defense, but didn't have enough firepower for him. But yeah, I would say...
Yeah, that's a problem. If you can't get in, there is a very specific blind spot underneath the stations at times.
Right, and he was there, but unfortunately, so was the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
So it was a bad moment for him.
So sort of like, unless you have like the Romulan cloak, or because you can't normal cloak or hazard
emitters.
Hull reflectors.
Oh, you're right. The other thing is, interestingly, Beacon of Kalis works amazingly well. Basically blinds it for just a moment, but you've got to be ready to be in position and launch it, or it doesn't work. Okay, this one's nice on the straight-in approach. All the firepower's up front. But once you get past them...
Taking the easy punch, the easy...
Hi, everyone.
Dante, your
Hello.
voice changed.
Yeah, I sounded like a chick on CNN, didn't I?
Yes, indeed, you did.
My daughter's turning on Vampire Diaries.
Oh no.
Previously on Vampire Diaries, freely
Yes, apparently she is, because we hear it. Previously on Vampire Diaries. I want to drink your blood. La. La.
I wouldn't go into acting, just as a tip for you. Or voice acting, to be more specific.
Not even trying to do a voice acting thing on that, so.
There's a lot of ships around Spacedock right now. And surprisingly, not that many Vengeances.
Comes and goes. Some days. Yesterday
noticed
there
we went
wasn't a lot there either in terms of vengeance.
I noticed we went through a period of about 2 or 3 weeks where every other ship was either a Vengeance or a Titan.
Yep. Yeah, when the
That
Titan
was
was
like-
available, everybody had it. There are days when all you see are arbiters there.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a classic.
Yeah, but variety is the spice of life.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree.
And the Gagarin is much better ship.
That's why I think the Inquiry is quite an interesting ship. I mean, it's a pain in the rear to get, but
Yeah.
from what I understand is it's basically a Gagarin and a Arbiter smushed together. Or more of a Gagarin with an Arbiter skin.
Why are you smushing ships together? That sounds dangerous.
It's romantic. It's not dangerous.
It's
The
how they-
romance
it's how
of
they-
ship smushing.
It's how they procreate, didn't you know? We don't build them in shipyards.
They're
When a
sentient.
mommy ship and a daddy ship get together, they then have little baby shuttlecraft, which
When a mommy
if you
ship
love them
loves
and,
a
and you feed
daddy
them
ship
right, then
very
they
much.
become big ships.
Wow. I think someone needs to take a biology class. More than one person.
I'm guessing Sov's not online.
I don't know. Let me
Just-
take a look.
It's just because I've just gone to the exchange and she's not in here. It's usually you can tell.
Yeah,
Maybe
she's
having
on.
problems.
She's
not
at
in the exchange.
ESD. She's at ESD 6.
What am I? I'm in 16. Okay, that might be why I can't see it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's there. I'm gonna switch over to to Federation. Grab a new ship.
I think I just finished this ship anyway, so.
The
No, I have no
TNG,
idea what-
the Enterprise D didn't have a baby.
Yes, it did.
When?
That Genki
Technically,
Geki thing, isn't it?
yeah, technically it had, technically the little Geki thing thought
Oh
it
yeah, the
was-
Geki thing, but it wasn't like the ship had a baby. The ship was like taking care of a baby. I was being more literal.
Then there was that little AI thing that built itself out of it
But it's still not a baby
in the
ship.
holodeck. It is a baby though. It had a baby.
Wow.
What did you walk into?
I don't know. I think I might have to leave again.
WC, that episode Tin Man was one of the best ones they had that season. I don't think people recognize how good it was. It was weird, but it was good.
Oh come on! Oh come on! We've had such great episodes like Sub Rosa.
I loved Sub Rosa. I mean, it was a terrible episode, but in a way, it was a good episode too. It had some.
Or the one with Barclay protomorphosis
Oh
syndrome.
God. Okay, that one was bad. There are some very bad ones in there.
So I am one step closer
Too.
to being the regional administrative operations chief
For?
for Team Rubicon.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
They're having 5 interviews, and I've just passed 4 of them. So
Holy moly.
the next one is on Monday at 4:30.
Well, if it's something you want, I hope you get it.
It's not what I want; it's what it leads to that I want.
Okay. Well, I hope that you get it if it's what it leads to for you.
admit I'm exhausted. I mean, those interviews are not easy.
Can't imagine that they are.
I've noticed that over here. What's with the 10-stage interviews that everywhere seems to do?
Well, I think at the level that I'm interviewing for, it makes sense because I'll be in charge of organizing incident level responses during natural disasters for 7 different states.
Okay, but I mean, it's understandable for that, but I suppose what I'm kind of getting at is I've got a friend who had to go at probably about 5 or 6 companies when she was applying for jobs, like late last year. Well, I was going to say early this year, but this year's just started. But late last year, where every single one of them, she was having to go to first, second, third, fourth interviews, and then they would either go, right, can you come in for an in-person interview, or they would go, sorry, we're not interested.
Well, at least you're
Is that
getting.
just Go on.
It's something that really happens more when there are a lot of potential candidates out there, and they've got the luxury of being able to interview people like that. It's
Well,
not nice.
Is that normal though over
No,
here?
not really. No.
'Cause that would really annoy me. I mean, it's annoying enough that they don't even advertise the wage brackets over here.
Yeah.
That winds me up. Wastes everyone's time. It's like, tell me the wage and I'll tell you if I'm going to
Yeah.
bother.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've thrown that into a few interviews where they haven't told me what the wages are. But let me think. The best job I ever had, the second best job I ever had, and the job I currently have all had one interview. And that was it. Next job after that had one interview with the person who was going to make the decision, but she needed me to chat with the heads of the different departments that I was going to be working with. But again, that was all in 2 days. 1 day with her, 1 day with them.
Well, I have to admit the whole interview thing for me is kind of unusual. The longest lasting job I had was I was scalped from a casino.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just said, "You're not working here anymore. Tomorrow you're coming working for me." I got a 30K pay raise,
Nice.
and I didn't have a choice in the matter, so there wasn't an interview process. It was just, you're reporting here in the next 2 days. And then I joined the Army, and that composed pretty much the rest of my adult life, doing the exact same job I was doing outside of the Army. But, I mean, this is really unusual for me. I don't mind talking about the things that I want to do and the things that I think need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the bigger issue is there's so much in the way of people that are there's a problem with nonprofits called disaster porn, where people will show up at like disaster areas, and they'll just take photos and they'll glad hand and they'll do all these different things, but won't actually help anybody.
Yeah.
And this has happened a lot over the last 10 years. And so they're trying to vet out people that they think are going to be like that, because it's done a lot of damage to the organization. It does damage to FEMA, and it does damage to community relations, which
Oh yeah.
a lot of people have problems with the police and everything. But if you aren't going to trust, FEMA or disaster relief to come in and help you out, then we have a serious problem, because that you figure that's one of the people, that's one of the organizations you don't think twice about letting them come in and help. But if you think they're going to take advantage of you, then all that's gone.
I'll be right back. Take care of a
Okay.
couple things real quick.
So at least in this particular case, I understand why they're going through the scrutiny. Does anybody need help with anything?
We're goofing around.
I need help with everything. I need
You're
I
going to
need
help.
3 quadrant. I need 3 grandma.
Grandma quadrants.
Let
Yeah.
me speak first. Grandma quadrants. Undine battle zone ships, which is not that big of a deal.
No, on CC.
Well, if you're on Fed side, I can help you with Kisiki. If you're not Frank KDF side, I can help you with anybody else.
The one you were asking about is Zenkethi Front, and I'm happy to run that one with you too on a different tune, because I've got one tune that loves Zenkethi Front.
That's fine.
Okay.
I've just improved my science cat,
Oh, okay.
and I really like it. And I just want to do it with somebody that might appreciate it. But
Cool.
I always play with strangers. Mom always said not to, but here I am.
All right, I'm grabbing my Zenkethy front ship, and we can do that one if you want to, and then we can go do the Grandma Quadrant.
The Grandma Quadrant.
I like that. That'll be the
I
new
like
name
the
for it.
The Grandma Quadrant.
Well, I've got the
How does
blue
that
hair
work?
for it.
That doesn't make you a grandma.
Tell me
It's
about
like
it.
It's a fashion choice.
Definitely a fashion choice. Speaking of which, I did this entire interview for my current job over phones. They didn't see me face to face until I basically walked in. And this person, who is my boss, doesn't let people have their tattoos on display. And everybody there has tats, so they have to wear sleeves or something to cover them. Sleeveless shirts aren't permitted, even in summer. You have to wear a jacket over that. There's a couple other things that she's very firm about. And I know she really wanted to hire me, and I was suspecting she was going to take one look at the hair and go, okay. Which she did. But I think she's used to it now.
Well, it's nice that she can give you that level of latitude.
Yeah.
Is
well,
there anything against the dress code about the color of your hair?
No. I actually inquired before I accepted the position because, you know what? There are wigs and there's spray dye and stuff like that. Yeah, the only dress code rules are the sleeves for the tats, no sleeveless shirts.
There was a lady that told me she was talking, and I had a beard in November because that seems what people do.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been taking my mask off and on most of the day, and my beard was really disheveled. And she says, "This is not IV," and she's pointing at her face, talking about my beard. And I said, "What do you mean? You can't have a beard here?" And she's like, "Well, no, you can." But I said, "Well, when you trim your beard, I'll trim mine." I was in such a bad mood. To her later afterwards, and she's like, "That's okay. I understand. We all hate the mask."
Yeah, really.
I said, "I've been taking it off and on, and yeah, I might have been disheveled. I just walked in."
I just
So-
sent you a team invite.
Oh.
Oh, you're still there. Who else wants a team invite? Frost? Kasiki?
Yeah, I'm in Gamma Quadrant, so.
Okay. So, anybody else want to join us for some Grandma Quadrant real quick?
Excuse me. I can't transfer to the team.
You're here.
Oh, it's because I'm already there.
Yeah, you're already here. Anybody else?
Well, number 3 only has 6 players on it, so there's a good chance that might be the way to go. Because number 2 has got 10 minutes left on the Herc invasion.
All right, let me see where we're at. What the heck? That's in Final Battle Zone. So which one did you say?
Number 3?
Number 3. Let's see what we got here. Let's all jump over to number 3. Hey, Duffy, how are you?
It let.
What's the quickest way to get there?
Isn't there a
Go to
shortcut?
DS9.
Okay.
DS9 to the Bajoran wormhole.
Okay, well, that's where I was going, but I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything quicker.
No, there really isn't. Which is one reason I don't play this very often. You can queue the episode home, and it will bring you here as well.
I actually need to do home. Why do I have to do home?
I don't know.
There's something that you get when you do home on this
Yeah,
that I don't have on this tune yet.
Heel Rock?
I can't remember.
There's
Heel Rock doesn't
Heel
work very well.
Rock, and there's a couple of nice... Heel Rock comes out of Cork's Lucky 7, doesn't it?
Well, I know that the device or the whatever the Herc ship thing is
Yeah, the Swarm thingy. Let's
Yeah.
see.
the
Of course.
phase waveform beacon is one of the rewards for it.
Which is a good one.
Oh,
And
I
if
wanted to
you
get the morphogenic set. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
And
And I
there's
already have that.
so there's that, and there's the phased waveform beacon, which is nice. Okay, let me go see. This one's got 8 minutes left in zone 3. Let's see, zone 1. Change, darn you. Hey, 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 Wasted, how are you doing? Okay, everybody's in the final one, so we've got about an 8-minute wait.
Titter ye not. Wow.
Pardon?
There's a ship by the name of Titter Me Not. Or Titter Ye
Okay.
Not. I don't know entirely what they mean by that, but. Cyanide.
None of my business. We'll find it out.
Did you say we have an 8-minute wait?
Yeah, we're in the. We can do one called Final Assault if you want to do that.
Well, I was going to say, if we're all on the same team, I have to do home anyway. Can't we just all do home together?
We can, sure.
Certainly could.
Yeah. Anybody want to join us for home first? Did you need to do the Gamma Quadrant or the 3 for the Gamma Quadrant? I'm going to decline that really quick.
I'm supposed to, but we can do this real quick. I don't give a shit. Anyway. Are you declining that or accepting it?
I declined that one because.
I declined it as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. So do you want to do home?
Sure.
Okay, hang on a second.
I don't know how
me-
to do those episodes with a team.
It's just
it's-
another. It's just another.
It's the
mission.
same way. It doesn't change.
There's a little bit more procedure involved, but it's basically the same thing. The USS Delicious. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That is a risque name.
All right. You guys ready? We can start home.
I don't actually know if I have it.
I just shared it with you. It said you had it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Transwarping to
I-
home.
hold on.
It's okay. I won't start.
Turns out I have it, or I completed it and never turned it in.
Well, turn
Why
it in
am I
and
not-
require.
I can't. There we go.
Okay, so now I gotta get it in. It's a hard life.
First world problems?
Yep, first world problems. First galaxy problems.
So true. Just as an FYI, I don't know if we'll have a show on Thursday because in theory my car will be done Thursday, but I can't get out there to pick it up until starting about now.
What's wrong with your car?
I like.
Oh, the fitting from the radiator to the something or another cracked, and while I was driving home on I-65, it blew up, basically. So,
Oh, that sounds like fun.
yeah, I had it towed up to sexy Lafayette, Indiana, which is where it still is, after 3 days of them trying to figure out if it was covered as part of a recall, which it kind of is, but it really isn't. But the Ford dealer was saying, let's see if we can make them eat part of the cost of it anyway. So they're thinking they'll have it fixed tomorrow or Thursday morning.
My very first experience behind like significant trip in a car was when I was 17. I was driving from where my parents lived in Rochester, New York, to where my girlfriend was in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit of a trip. And if anybody knows New York to Pennsylvania, you have to go through Route 81. And Route 81 is probably the worst road like on the planet because it's dangerous. It freezes anytime it gets below 40 degrees, and it's almost always black ice. And so, as you can imagine, I'm thinking it's just one of those things that's going to happen. I'll get through it. Everything will be fine. And it's the only time in my entire life that I've had an accident.
Oh.
And I didn't have any idea it was there. There was no indications. It was like 50 degrees outside. The roads were still frozen. I hate driving in the winter in those areas.
Are we ready to start home?
We are ready to start home.
Yep. Waiting on you.
Okay, there
Oh,
we go.
I'm going to begin.
Go ahead, begin.
Okay.
So, swear I'm not wasted. No, it was not under warranty. However, because there was a recall on the sensor in the cooling system, they're kind of eating a huge amount of it. It's just, a week without a car is like, ugh.
You guys weren't actually expecting to do very much, were you?
Pardon?
Said you guys weren't expecting to do very much, were you?
Well, I was going home to go out to dinner with my husband and see my doggos.
No,
It-
I'm talking about in this mission.
Oh, in this mission? No, we got you. We don't have to do anything. We'll just let you kill things.
My ship won't last much longer.
I'm making them into like little gift boxes. I'm not killing them. Hold on just a second.
Does anyone here have one of the T6 the Deredexes?
Pardon?
Does anyone have a tier 6 to Deredex?
Somebody in this group does, but I don't know if they're on tonight. I'm trying to remember who it is.
I'm trying to work out whether it's worth kind of getting as a like really awful to fly tanky ship that look really nice.
Boy, a Deredex, yeah, I think that was the comment I'd heard, is it's really tanky. But, a lot of things you can tweak up with various consoles to make it fun to fly.
I'm hoping that the Deredex won't be too bad, but I think isn't it like it's turn circle like 4?
I
Something like
thought
that.
it was 3, to be honest. Ashley's got one.
Oh,
Yes, a Deredex. You don't have a Deredex, do you?
yeah, I have Dodexes.
Oh, okay.
I got the tier 6 Decora, but yeah.
How'd you find it?
The Decora? It's in Zen Store.
No, in terms of turn radius, tankiness, things like that.
Oh.
What do you think of
Incredibly
it?
Incredibly tanky. It's I don't like the turn radius on it. It's one of the worst turning ships I felt like for a while. But then again, when I was flying it, it wasn't a really developed character, so
Oh, don't use
I
turns
can
with it, what you're saying.
I could probably make it better now. But at the time, I wasn't that impressed.
Yeah, hello.
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 Hello,
I
hello.
have a T6 fleet for Deredex.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, the turning circle was something I worked with. The problem people have is they try to treat it like a Starfleet tank, whereas it's a warbird and it's a big warbird, so you have to make a decision about how you're going to treat it, and it flies very differently. So I've got it with forward-facing weapons and a very good turning circle, but as a result, it's not tanky. So to fly it well, which I can do, means a lot of decloak, forward firing, go past the enemy, fire the torps out the back, recloak, turn around, set up for the next run.
Give the dog a bone. Sorry.
Yeah, So it is fun, but I built it in order to have it operate like it operates in PNG episodes, and it's fun and it performs well.
Decloak
Yeah,
out
and-
the strike, move on. Yeah.
Yeah, so the problem I found with a lot of people is that they tried to build it like a broadsider, and it just doesn't work and it looks weird. So yeah, but one of the things I did do is put on a lot of turn rate
Yes.
shinies.
Yeah.
So it's got a turn rate that goes up to something like 20 degrees or whatever. I mean, it does spin around. It spins around like an escort, but it doesn't survive, lots of big hits, and it's not just going to stay, uncloaked and tank it out. So it's fun, but you have to work with what you get.
Right.
Swear I'm not
Okay.
wasted. That was the funniest thing I ever read until you fixed it.
Like I said, when I was flying it, I wasn't impressed. But then again, it was an early on Romulan. It was my remit early on, so that's.
Yeah, no, this one's set up so a very strong character. I'm just going to go in and have a, and I'll post the console that I've got for it, and I'll go back to doing the work.
Well, okay, go back to doing your work, but thank you for stopping in.
Yeah, I just didn't want to put all of that in the chat so you have to read it.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
No?
Yeah, and you and I need to sit down and just chat someday.
Yeah,
It's been too many weeks.
it has. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, if we're doing anything, I'm ready to join you now.
Well, we started to do home.
Yeah.
Just
So
for fun.
then, I'll wait.
Okay.
So jumping back slightly, so it kind of sounds like the sort of ship that can be made fun to fly, but ain't breaking any DPS records.
No, no. It's not breaking any records.
It's a good cannon ship, but yeah, it's not going to break DPS records, but you can make it fun.
Wasted
Like
some.
it's-
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, DT. But sometimes, when you're playing with a ship, Wasted, you play with it without putting any fancy schmancy consoles on it, and if it's got what you think is going to make for a fun ship, then it's worth building up.
And you gotta remember, when I was playing it, like I said, it was a character who really didn't have too much as far. I picked it up on my remin right about where I first could pick up tier 6 ships, so I didn't have any of the specializations, the bonuses, or even really great consoles at that point. So
What's the last ship that you've flown that you didn't think you'd like, but you end up loving?
uh,
For me, the Titan,
Boy.
the one I'm playing right now, I didn't think I'd like it at all. I mean, I have never been happier with a ship since.
I'm going to say it was one of the legendaries. And I can't remember which one it was, but I was like, it's okay, it's a legend. Oh my god, is this ship fun. And as people helped me build it into something better, it got better and better and more fun.
Well, the ugly strike wing for KDF is really fun to fly. And I really like that weather thing, that Ryzian weather
Yeah, that was
ship.
surprisingly good.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
yeah, the Rising Weather ship was probably the last one that turned out a lot more fun than I thought it would be. The one before that would have been the Vulcan Science Scout.
Yeah, that one was fun too. Actually, the Kittimer turned out really well.
Yeah, Kittimer. I had to work out a build I liked on there, which is before it really became fun. So
Rather ironically, for me, I mean, I like the Rise and Weather thing is quite interesting because it handles more like an escort that's not too twitchy, which is why I don't really like escorts, but that one's not too bad. Although I know it's not an escort, but rather ironically for me is originally I absolutely hated the Gagarin because I'm like, I don't like that design. And I ended up getting it, I think, with like a free token, I think, just kind of like, well, it's got a good trait, you've got to start somewhere. And then I started using it just for like some like obscure builds, like a Polaron build a while ago, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then it's gone through like a couple of different builds, and like now it's basically my main ship. It's very, very adaptable, which is, and I actually am starting to like the design. So much I actually have a model of it on the shelf.
Wow.
It's,
is it the Eagle Moss one, or is it the?
it is, yes.
I want to get that. I really do.
See, I had it. I'm just getting it off it's the Hero Collector Eagle Moss one for Star Trek Online. Comes with it's smaller than you'd think, not the actual model. But
I have the Sovereign one from them, so yeah, I do know what you mean. They're not that big, but they are really nice.
Yeah, the little magazine it came with was interesting as well, and the Hero Collector ones also, well, for the Star Trek Online ones, they come with like a 50% off T6 token in the box.
Ooh, nice.
Really?
Yeah, that's the one I gave you however many months ago to put in
yes,
fleet
yes.
fund, yeah.
Yeah, we have to add that to the list too.
Yeah, they're surprisingly good. I think the Gagarin was the first one from Star Trek Online that they've done. And they've done a few of the others.
No, they did the Odyssey first. The Odyssey came first, but then they did the Gagarin, and then they also have the Chimera Nog ship.
Somebody.
Yeah. Or, yeah, kind of surprised me after a while that, I was supposed to originally answer the question. Gagarin is the one that I didn't think I'd like, and I ended up loving
Yeah.
it. As boring of
Saab,
an answer as that is.
Saab talked me into a Gagarin. I didn't regret it, but the only thing that ever replaced the Gagarin as far as what I did fly around was that legendary Sovereign, because it's also a miracle worker beast.
I think for me now is, from what I can tell, certain ships seem to be quite interesting to fly as just, kind of just because, it looks nice or it comes with a nice console or trait or whatever. But predominantly now, if I'm building something to be somewhat endgamey, it has to either be one of the I don't have any of the legendaries, but it would have to either be the legendaries because of the slightly increased stats, or it would have to be a miracle worker, because for all intents and purposes, a miracle worker is already a T6.5 as far as I'm concerned, because it's, you've got the extra console slot, so by the time you've added on a T6X,
There we go.
you've got a glorified T7 under a different name, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then you make it the fleet version, and it goes even more insane.
Well, you got X, the fleet version, but then every fleet version that you get later on is the X version.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I grinded out the trait on the original, bought the fleet version, dropped the original, discharged it as it were, and then just moved everything plus one console to the fleet version.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
Perhaps you know of the past that translate Herc language and reverse engineer their technology.
The last thing we need is a whole bunch more.
There was a ship that I didn't think was going to be unenjoyable, but was surprising in how fun it was, which is the old Rizian luxury yacht. The first one on the summer ships, I think.
I think the Corvette was first, then came the yacht.
Okay, then it was the second one. That thing was surprisingly fun, even in a fight.
Oh, that reminds me, there's a fun one. Because when you got it, it was an event ship.
Mm-hmm.
Or I tell you what it is, it's an event ship. And they also gave you all the weapons for it, and the weapons look cool as well. The Alachi Kalash frigate.
Yes!
I got it. I did it all as cannons, front and back, and they're all like that crescent-shaped thing. So when it fires, when you've got like rapid fire, it's just like a stream of green energy, and it's really quick. It's like, one shot and you've killed the thing. But it's such fun to fly occasionally. Just don't do it in anything difficult.
I actually dragged mine out and was just playing with it for the first time on, not this account, but on one of the other accounts.
Joyous scatters through the body. Maximum damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Maximum damage?
Is it just me, or was that sound a little bit too,
Exciting.
Somebody was enjoying that way too much.
A little bit.
What are you talking about?
There's
I
some,
think, no.
there's some
Nothing,
crossover
nothing.
from some.
I was
We
gonna
respect
say,
people's privacy.
yeah, you do you. We don't judge here.
I was
we
just
totally
making sure it wasn't something that was coming through my microphone because I didn't hear it.
Did somebody talk to Dr. Bashir yet?
Sweep him.
Do I have to?
Somebody has to.
Yes. You have to finish the mission.
We still have the
I
big
don't
fight
like
left. Okay, fine. I'll go talk to him.
Now we're all going to go talk to him.
Make it happen, Doctor! WC put his notes on the Dideridex in the chat box.
I hope the guy doesn't kill himself this time.
Realize this is the third time.
I had to explain that. I played that song that I wrote for my son,
Oh, yes.
And he's like, I don't understand any of this. It's like,
Oh,
well, the last part of it is from the game. If you would play the game more.
yes. Well, my son will play for a while, and then he'll decide he doesn't like it for various reasons, and then he'll come back to it, and then he doesn't like it again. So, every now and then he's here.
Oh, dang. The Gagarin's sold out for the moment.
Really?
Yep. I was jumping over Eagle Mouse. Take a look.
Oh,
They got
okay.
the Gagarin, the Baran, the Pathfinder. They got a lot more. The Avenger, the Mahata Raptor.
Dante, you're gonna have to hit
Battlecruiser.
accept, or we're gonna go without you.
Oh, I'm still in a cutscene.
Oh. Well, that's
Sorry.
too darn bad.
Go without me, I guess. They just shot him in the head.
Oh, that cutscene. Okay.
Shoot him up. Yeah, I've been hitting escape, but it must not have took it.
What ship is that?
I don't know who you're talking to.
I'm watching the stream with Dante. It's not like Summit that's undocked. Oh no, it's Temporal Perseus, I think, isn't it?
Temporal Science Vessel.
Yeah. I wonder how they're going to deal with that when they finally release the new disco ships, because we've already got ships from the 30th century in the game. What's going to happen there?
I have no idea how they're going to deal with that.
You want them to actually pay attention to continuity? Are you crazy?
It gets us more ships.
I mean, in all fairness, what's the terminology? The beta canon in Star Trek Online is a little bit more interesting than what's apparently been happening in Discovery in the interim. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Discovery, but that big patch of time between the end of Nemesis and Discovery Season 3, if you like, that bit's kind of been fleshed out more in this game than in most things, and I think they've done an alright job, to be honest.
I'm not a fan of Discovery. I
thought Season 1 was okay, it wasn't amazing. Season 2 I thought was very good, comparatively. I thought it was very good. Season 3 is what I like to call the Whisper season.
The Whisper season.
It's because every other time that Burnham's on screen, all she does is bloody whisper.
Or cry.
Yeah, whisper or cry. And also, I'm assuming, before I reveal the last episode, I'm assuming we've all seen it at this point.
No, I haven't, and don't worry, you're not going to spoil it, because I
Right.
won't see it until I can binge it someday.
Okay, so you're aware that they've had this event called the Burn, which, wiped out loads of dilithium. So, rather than have it be something actually interesting, they put it down to a Kelpian having a temper tantrum.
What?
What the hell?
A mutant Kelpian, mind you.
Yeah, fair. A mutant one. I stand corrected. A mutant Kelpian having a temper tantrum because he got a little bit scared.
Box office poison
God.
is what that equals.
It's just so stupid because they could have gone. It would have been more interesting if they'd have gone, right, it is to do with that little Kelpian ship that crashed or whatever, but it was like a science experiment gone wrong.
Oh my God.
Or something, not someone having a tantrum.
For the biggest issue I've...
Genesis project gone wrong or something. Anything but a temper tantrum. What the hell?
You know what would have been interesting as well? I remember reading something before, about halfway through the season where someone it might have been Reddit actually, someone came up with a really interesting theory.
Yeah?
Which was, if you think about through the entire continuity of Star Trek, and mainly because of Voyager, there is a substance in Star Trek that wipes out the ability to use warp drive.
Omega particle.
Exactly, yeah. Why didn't they link it to that? That would have been such a nice way to tie it all together without it being someone throwing a tantrum.
Yep, no, they could have. I mean, they love to pull from other canon and bring it in inappropriately in many places. So they could have done it here, but that kind of means they know what the heck they're paying attention to. And thank you. Yes, Rasul, I love that ship.
Charge! They'll go poof. No one wants to play with me.
Man, that Guardian can take a hit.
We won't last long out in the open like this.
Are you talking about the T5 Voth Bastion? Swear I'm not wasted?
Understood. We're on our way.
Well, there is a T6 Voth Bastion, right? Or am I just losing my mind?
That would be a question for Azul. I think he's got the T5U. I would guess if there was a T6, he would probably have it, but I don't know.
I have a T5U, which is actually one of the less expensive ships I've purchased, and is one of the better builds I've put together. I thought they had the same name, so I could be confused. Once I'm done here, I'll go take a look. Duffy says the T6 Bastion is an R&D promo ship, which would make a lot of sense. And if that's the case, 50 million is dirt cheap for an R&D box.
Hold on, did I hear that right? There's a T6 ship for 50 million on the exchange.
If I'm reading that correctly, I don't know. All I know is that there's a Voth Bastion. I don't know if it's T5 or T6.
Time to go and check.
Yeah.
I was reading around a while back, like someone was asked, like on the, I forgot what you call it, the thread that they do on Reddit, like once a week, where it's just like stupid questions. I can't remember what it's called, like Mega Thread or something like that. And someone asked.
Reddit in general.
That's Pandora's box. Let's just keep that close for now. Someone commented that they make like billions of EC per year by basically occasionally jumping on the exchange, typing in T6, pressing enter, because apparently occasionally people forget to put a 0 on the end, so he buys T6 ships.
Oh yeah.
For like nothing, and then resells them at their full price. And I'm like, he must be on all day, every day, pressing search every 5 minutes, because I have never seen a mistake that big.
Oh, I've seen some amazingly stupidly big mistakes.
The call's been sent, but they may not arrive in time.
We'll do what we can with what we have then.
There's a lot of Undine Kawavi bio cruisers on here.
Mm-hmm.
What do they drop out? Are they like a
I'm
lockbox
not
or
sure I
something?
like the way you said that, Odo.
I want to say yes.
Nerys,
Can't.
if we
Yeah,
don't
they've
make
got to
it,
be out of a lockbox.
But I'm surprised people aren't looking on here though before they go and like get them out of the lockbox. Because if there's that many of them on it, they ain't gonna sell for a decent price.
there
Mm-hmm.
cannot be a better time.
And I understand that you do.
You do? Then you know how sorry I am.
Yes.
Hey, Dante, do you still have your Baul build?
I know. I feel the same.
We have a lot of founding families.
Never went anywhere with it.
Okay.
Too expensive.
I asked because I ran into a Baul Omni, and I know you had talked about one.
Oh, yeah, that's a pricey guy right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the Lobby. I do have a ship that has a bunch of Baul weapons, but nothing like that.
Good before they nerfed them.
Descendants of the slaves are the true keepers of the mystery.
These guys that make these videos all the time, and they have all this expensive stuff, and they keep throwing these builds out. Are they funded by YouTube, and they just pour money into it for this stuff?
Well, they're not directly funded by YouTube. It's possible they've got people in the game who sponsor them. I know that some of them do get ships and equipment from viewers.
Yeah, if you look at like even some of like the most popular ones like Augie and Timberwolf and some of those, they don't have enough viewers to make a reasonable amount of money off
Yeah.
the stuff on YouTube. But from what I hear, when you watch some of them, they get a lot of people either donating via Twitch or they'll directly donate a ship or something in the game itself. But to an extent, like a lot of the kind of consoles that they always kind of show every time, like the perennial one is the DPRM. Once you've got it, you don't need to get it a second time. So they reach a certain, I would guess they reach a certain critical mass of equipment, where past that, the only thing that they would need to kind of get and then like guild would be, you know, hypothetically a new weapon set from the lobby store, because at that point they've already got the DPRM, they've already got the rest of the set, they've already got all of the ultimate and so on and so forth. So it's probably just the ships, which are the bigger donations, I would guess, and probably keys as well, I would guess, so they can get lobby. Guessing, of course.
I don't have that for Fed. I have that for KDF, but it's a nice console.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
The damage resistance on it is also underrated as well. Everyone always goes on about the damage output, but the resistance is quite a nice little buff.
Especially if you're in something, especially if you're in something like a Mogai, which is not the most durable ship to begin with.
The interesting thing about it though is I don't know if anyone else noticed this, is when I first got the console and put it on,
I got injured.
it felt like I was less squidgy.
Oh,
Like I was able to put more damage out, but it wasn't passing higher. So I don't think it's necessarily you know, you have this and suddenly you're a top end, well, clearly not, you have this and suddenly you're a top end DPS player. But I think there's a lot of community who seem to assume you've got this and all of a sudden you're breaking records, and you're really not. But it is very, very, very good content.
singing?
Yeah.
I need a lot
I'll
more
turn the
things with it.
microphone off
Why?
because you're singing for everybody. That's
All
okay.
of us can hear you.
I think they love it too.
All over the world, though. That's the cool thing.
You gonna need to do that.
It seems.
But yeah, like with Jason, there is a difference. It is building up, but there's so much more I need to do. I mean, I need like freaking the freaking very rare Delta officers that give me stacking crits and stuff like that.
Mm. unfortunately, and I say depending on your viewpoint, either fortunately or unfortunately, there's almost always going to be something in the game for even a, in quotation marks, finished build that you're going to be chasing. Like, I guarantee you'll get those Delta officers, you'll get all of the mods on your weapons, you know, re-engineered, you'll get the weapons you want, and I guarantee you the moment you're done, something else will be released that you'll go,
Oh, of
if only I had
course.
that.
It's always that way.
Oh, I know there will be, but I'm gonna get to a point where I'm kind of happy with what I do, and I'm pretty close right now. It's just I want to be able to consistently, not like that one-off that won't be turned in. I want to get it consistently where I'm doing over where I can break 150K. Usually, I've been usually below that somewhere. Then was last night where I hit 100, where we did the 170 and it didn't and won't turn in for anything.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I don't think your build, I mean, obviously yours is, your main build's phaser compared to mine, which is plasma, but I don't think your build's that different to mine, so it's probably just a few minor things in the game I would guess, like, you know, maybe just a skill point here and there.
Skill point here and there, probably maybe a trait or two, and the fact that I'm an engineer, but that's...
Well, I'm an engineer as well.
Oh, yeah. Then,
plus,
yeah,
plus if it helps, I think the DPS record in the game has actually been set by an engineer as well.
Yeah, and they went into it with the whole team went into that point to help to get them there. So yeah, there was a lot of. It takes a village to do a DPS record.
I've never heard that praise, but I like it.
It works very well.
You probably never heard of it because I just made it up.
It's another good one. We have to put that on the list of buttons and T-shirts we need.
So you should have it. You know, like when you post it when you log in, it comes up with a fleet message in the middle of the screen. You should set it to that.
I'm going to do that right now.
What was that?
Was anybody watching what I'm feeding? Every time I go into DS9, I always have to go to graphics, options, graphics.
That's
and
weird.
Turn on my lighting 2.0 because it never stays lit.
That is weird.
It's only there, which is no big deal. I mean, I'm used to it by now, but I just was curious if anybody else had that issue.
I actually haven't.
Go back to normal. If you leave DS9, does it go back to normal?
No, but if I switch tunes and go back, it'll be on every tune. I'll have to do it, and then the next day I have to do it again. It's not.
That's weird.
Well, I'm not feeling very good.
I'm sorry.
I will. It's always a pleasure, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Well, take care, Frost.
I'll turn it off if you tell everybody hello. One time. Say hello. My name is Kinsley, and I love my daddy.
That's bribery, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
isn't it?
That's wonderful, though. Duffy says, Dante, does that lighting thing happen on ESD or just DS9? And hi, Peter Matthews. How are you doing?
The difficult thing is, though, is you don't know sometimes. I wonder if that's happening with more people, but they just don't notice it because they've not fixed the lighting in general across so many parts of the game. So maybe it's happening for more people.
That's definitely a possibility. Only DS9. I have not had that issue, but, you know. Let's see. Okay, we got the waveform there. Oh, do I want to do anything with Polaron? No, I do not. All right, so home does give you heal rock and then the morphogenic stuff.
The future of the Dominion is uncertain for the first time in many years. Without the founder and her unbreakable will at the center of it all, The Gamma Quadrant will undoubtedly go through a great deal of turmoil. I'll do what I can to maintain order, if you'll excuse me.
Alrighty. We will excuse you, Odo. You guys ever use the covert ship weapons? Yes, I have them, or may still have them on one of my builds, but it's been a while since I've played with it. Dante, do you need help doing the Gamma Quadrant? It's gotten very quiet.
I don't need the help, but if you wanted to play, you could, of course.
I'm happy to. Are you still Federation? Oh, we're still teamed. Okay.
I can join in.
Sure.
I was going to say, when you finish doing your joining, do you want to attempt to see if you can hit that target again? If I promise to pass properly this time.
Yes.
And by pass properly, I mean remember to actually type the command in.
No problem. I'll change over shifts right now. I'm playing around on my Romulan, but yeah.
Well, let me know when you're ready. I'm just faffing around on the exchange right now, looking for deals. So whenever you're ready, just let me know. And obviously, anyone else is free to join too.
Dante, you want to invite DT?
Sure.
He X'd down in chat.
Ah, okay. Right to team. Error, not the team leader.
Okay, well, I guess.
We know that.
Okay, well, there we go then.
If Mom's on the team,
I'm
we
not
know who the
always,
leader is.
I'm not always the team leader.
Should be.
There have been times which I'm the team leader, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we need to do together. Where the heck am I at this point? Oh, I'm near the wormhole. That's okay.
That's blue. Might as well just cue us when you're there.
Okay. Let me get to the wormhole.
I really hate the Gamma Quadrant skirmishes.
There we go.
Planetary Assault is 79%. Sinister Gathering is 81%.
Okay, if I can ever get there, I will lead us into whatever the heck we've got.
And if not, well.
I hate that I always time out when I'm changing maps. It's so annoying.
Well, now you are no longer team leader because you timed out.
Reading a thread on Reddit, someone's suggesting as a quality of life improvement having a vanity slot for weapons.
I've got a red and a green. Do you want me to... Sorry, a blue and a green. Do you care which one I queue?
Queue it. Just queue them.
Got it. Well, I tried queuing up the blue. Let's see what happens. Okay.
Oh, you weren't team leader.
Okay, there we go.
Now you.
Okay. There we go. Is that you racing around, DT? Yes, of course it is. Of course it is. Wee woo?
Wee woo.
Okay.
Woo wee.
Woo wee, baby, woo wee.
Long-range sensors have detected a massive swarm.
I've got one set of Kelvins wasted that I am falling in love with, but I need to fix the build. I'll go to Gamma.
Guess I would go to Beta.
Okay. Okay, over at Beta?
Yeah, there's a second person over here, but
I am at Alpha.
Do you need any help over there?
need help. I can
Not,
swing over.
not yet.
Okay. This one doesn't ramp up anymore from where it's at. It's just a grind.
I've been sucking them all into my gravity wells and they just disappear.
Looks like whoever was on Beta wandered off. Over to you guys in Gamma.
Kids.
Okay. Do you need me over there?
No. Lost a little bit of point taking care of some extra points because he was around here, and then
Probably saw a lot coming in. I'll head over there then. We don't need 3-on-1.
A Herb capital ship has joined the fight. Destroy it.
Okay. There it is. It's over by Alpha.
if he can cover here, I'll go hit
Okay.
it over at Alpha.
Alrighty. I will cover Beta.
Right. I do like my Morrigu. It just flies so pretty.
It does. Handles ever so well. A 1,000 hertz compressed into a tiny sphere.
A good start. Okay, it's taken care of. Head back.
Okay.
We only have a minute left.
So, the question is, can you take a 1,000 hertz compressed into a tiny sphere and turn that into armor plating? Interesting thought.
How tiny is a sphere?
Tiny. It's like the neutronium god. Oh, that's right, you could drop them into gravel. It's all on you, Dante. You can do that. can suck them in and turn them into little compressed nodules.
And then you can sell them.
That wasn't too bad. So that's blue. We still need a red and a green.
Yep. May have to wait a bit, but
we'll see.
He's yelling at me.
That's got 14 minutes to go. I'm going to check the other ones, see what else is out there.
all right. Let me guess, it just kicked over to the final, sounds like.
Probably did on all of them. Yeah, this one's got
Yeah.
13.
And then when this says complete 3 different skirmishes,
You have to do a
The
red, a
final
blue, and a
assault
green.
Final assault does not count.
yeah, that's what I was just going to ask.
Yeah, everything's on final assault. So we have about 14 minutes before we can finish this up.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob934. Which one of us, pray tell? Because there are a lot of us in that fight. That was mostly AP on mine.
I run Disruptor on mine.
What's the question?
Rob934 was asking, just curious, what weapon type are you running? So I've got a little bit of everything going on. This one, it started out as an AP build, but this is one of Rasul's builds. So there's a couple other things in here as well.
I have gravimetric torpedo, particle emissions plasma torpedo, dark matter torpedo,
Got
a
an Omni.
morphogenic polaron energy torpedo and energy weapon, and Dyson proton.
I, on mine, have a House of Martok transphasic torpedo, sensor link disruptor dual heavy cannons, along with Terran dual heavy. And that's all. And then the voice of the prophets for the experimental weapon. Works pretty well.
Morrigu can have an experimental weapon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Morgu's technically an escort.
I thought the Morrigu was basically an arbiter that was painted green.
No.
Am I thinking of a different ship?
You're thinking of a different ship. Morgu's a lot more maneuverable than the Arbiter, in my opinion. Though the stats, I don't know if they're... Yeah. Slighter hull has the potential to be more squishy.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have the Singularity Core instead of a Warp Core, so power can be challenging.
Russell, I think the one thing we had talked about was putting an Omni AP beam in the back over the Omni. Oh, it is still an AP beam. The ancient Omni is back there, but...
You can get a second Omni with that ancient, so you can craft a second.
Yeah, but I've got the Nucara webmine launcher, which I really like, and I've got a dark matter quantum in the back. So, I mean, I could...
Bonuses for the dark matter, or just...
Pardon?
Dark matter, are you doing it for sets, so for set bonuses with the Lorca console?
Yeah.
Or...
Do I have the Lorca console on this one, though?
Doesn't
I don't
look
think
like
I
it.
do. No, I don't on this one.
Then you don't really need the dark matter. Just saying.
Yeah, and we put it on for a reason. I gotta take a look at what we put it on for.
Because it's pretty.
It's because it's pretty, yeah.
Ew.
Well, that's always a good reason.
I'm
Because
pretty.
Ed said so.
No. Duffy, it's the Romulan hyperplasma up front.
party in the back.
The USS Mullet.
Yeah, I have one of those buildings. Beam cannons in the front, beams in the back.
Okay, who's joining for a quick ISA? Because I want to get going in a couple minutes.
Okie doke, I can join in.
I'll switch up. I'll switch over and we'll do an ISO. So. Sure.
Okay, are you... Alright, make it easier. Everyone type in X.
X. Because we got 9 minutes, Dante, before we can queue up to do the other two. Then we'll come back and do those.
That works out fine then, doesn't it?
Yeah, this won't take 9 minutes.
No, this won't take 9 minutes. Unless something goes horribly, horribly wrong.
Harder slash. There you go.
Oh, a lot of people here tonight. Hi, everybody. What the heck are you guys doing here? It's nice weather out. It's like almost 25 degrees. It's not snowing at the moment.
Beautiful here. In Illinois, we're west of you. So
yes. Are you
warmer? No, but there's a dead squirrel in my pool.
Oh.
It's either a squirrel or a bundle of leaves. I can't quite tell. It's frozen.
Oh.
I forgot. I didn't get a cover this year.
We'll get the skates on, skate out there, and find out.
Yeah. That's
Rob,
on my to-do list.
Rob 934, where are you that it is raining? Don't give us any specifics if you don't want to. But,
yeah, what is your address? I'll send you an umbrella.
Hey. I've been fortunate. There are people here. Pacific Northwest. Of course it's raining then. It's always raining. Though one of our fleet mates has wanted to move up there. Actually, one of my coworkers just moved up there. He was telling me about it. He finished up work one day at 3 in the morning and decided he would finish moving all of his furniture in a trailer attached to the back of his truck. And I'm thinking, so you worked for like 18 hours and you decided it'd be a really good idea to move from Oklahoma to Oregon. Yeah. Okay. He goes, I got smart. I pulled over when I thought I was falling asleep. Yeah, I can understand that. Well, come to scenic Indianapolis.
You swapped over, DT?
Yep.
XM.
I did hit an X.
I don't see it. There it is.
That's weird.
They're calling you a liar, man.
In fact, to make this easy, I'm just going to add you as a friend on here.
Rob 934, Indianapolis is south of where you live.
Okay.
But you're probably...
Viewing.
Wee woo.
Wee woo.
Wee woo.
Wee woo.
We get my pass commands this time.
So you're aiming to be down by Boom then, right?
The situation is grim. There's begin by...
There we go. We can stop panicking. Combat logs all.
Okay. No, that would be Frost that you want to talk to, Rob. Or for that matter, I think Brad is down there too. Come to think of it, who was the... We had one more player down there. I can't remember his name. Ty? We've got quite a few players down in Florida.
The explosions got me immediately.
No. No. Well, so much for that 170.
Everything blew up. Everything blew up right on top of me. I can make this up. I can make this up.
The thing I need is to get the ability to get back with evasive movement or something to get to the other cube faster. It's taking me too long.
That's why I use competitive engines, because I can usually hit a fire mower by the time. And
Yeah,
then
I'm still working on those. For this
and then
tune.
one of the other things I throw on here is I dump up all the bonus stuff.
Yeah, Duffy just said the same thing about the competitive engines. Okay,
I think that was a good run,
that was a good run.
despite the explosion.
Right, give me a second. If you got back in quick enough, the explosion won't, no pun intended, won't kill you as much as you'd think. It's still
Yeah.
not ideal, but we'll see. It's just processing now.
Rob, evasive maneuvers is great, but I've got a 20-second cooldown, and I usually hit it to get from the first cubes over to the...
Emergency powered engines is the other way to...
There you go. Okay.
So I'm going to preface before I press enter to post that just don't get your hopes up yet.
Oh, I don't have my
I
hopes
have
up.
emergency
Ugh.
power to engines, keybound to
Oh.
F6.
So,
So I got it in tray 5 slot
Nice.
1, and I keybound that to F6. And the way I hold my thing, I'm always tapping the spacebar with my thumb, and I got my fingers on F6 and F7, and I hit those because the F7 is keybound to the sensor, whatever the hell it is, sensor analysis. Because I use that quite a bit.
Okay, cool. Make a note of that. All right, let's see. We've got 2 minutes left before we're going to go back into Grandma Quadrant and finish that up.
it's an interesting thing, DT, as well, when you look at the actual, like, the line chart thing. There isn't actually that much of a drop of you out of where you died. It's like, it's fairly consistent. Although interestingly, whoever was the guy who was in it, like the fifth guy, what's his name? Whoever it was, he had a spike of almost 400 odd K at the beginning, and then he just dropped off for like a remarkably low level.
I thought there would have been a spike at the end, because that's when I hit the DPRM on that attack cube. Should have hit it earlier, I think.
You got according to this, you did the highest max one hit by quite noticeably, actually. You did 341 in a single hit, which according to this,
that's probably due to Tearing Goodbye and what's the other one I'm running? The Ruin of Our Enemies stacking up.
You said doo-doo.
So that was on phaser wide angle dual heavy beam bang on overload 3.
I wonder if I should go see about changing out. The Terran's still good to have, but I'm just wondering if I should change out my arrays more to dual beam banks up front. I'm still trying to nose towards enemies all the time anyway.
What's your maneuver? What's your turn rate like?
Let me go on to space. Ship maneuvers fairly well. I mean, well enough I can keep on target.
I mean, if you can keep it reasonably on target, a couple of dual beam bumps at the front probably won't be a bad idea. But that's what I've got on my Gagarin. I've got.
I got some dual beams on my Gagarin anyway. Yes, I do have one.
Well, I've got it configured to be the first weapon is just a normal beam bank, just to give me a bit more coverage when I'm turning. But it's the PZ plasma, which is pretty good anyway.
Yeah.
Then there's 3 dual beams and then a torpedo.
Stats. My turn rate on this beast is 6.8 out here, so, but still, that's not bad for this big ship. And then again, like I said, I'm always jumping into. Always hitting I'm always got like an emergency power firing cycle to give me those bursts.
If you're around space dot, go to full impulse, fly around, and then tell me what the stat is for your turn rate. Because it's different to what it is when you're stationary. So, for example, my Gagarin's
impulse
doing...
my turn rate is now 18.2. Full impulse.
Yeah, that's roughly the equivalent of what this Gagarin is right now, so you'll be fine with dual beam banks.
Yep. And like I said, because I do the competitive engines on here, I can easily dump in the extra. I easily get the extra bursts of maneuverability anyway.
That sounds good. Sure.
So time to reevaluate a few things. I could
Always.
drop one of the. I can always. I could drop off one of the cannons. I only need one to not make that whole preferential targeting, which I use also, go to waste. There is a sweet spot where I can get that. All right, Mr. Gagarin, where are you?
So, Rob, the thing with doing the 2 bars is you can get into some really atypical setups. So it's a combination of saves, power-ups, and weapon boosts. And since you're just constantly mashing it, constantly triggers. But also some are built in, so they're in 2 positions. All right.
All right, and the great thing about what's on my Gagarin right now, I don't have to upgrade any of these. I don't have to upgrade any of these sensor link. They're all sensor link dual beam banks at Epic.
All right, we've already done blue. I'm heading over to green.
Job the good one.
Yeah. I'll pull 2 of them off and see what I can do here. I just don't know if I want to keep the Dark Matter Torpedo right now.
If you've got the Lorca console on there, I would say yes, because the 2-piece has a really nice.
I would still have the 2. The Y beam is part of the would still give me the 2-piece.
Okay, then you probably don't need the torpedo if you don't need it, but that the 2-piece in whatever combo is actually pretty damn good.
Yeah. I have the Lorca fire control and the wide angle dual beam the dual heavy beam banks. So
I like.
Now the question is, am I crazy enough to keep the Terran phaser beam up front, or am I crazy enough to put another wide beam on or dual beam bank on here?
So hold on. So you've got what are your current 5 weapons at the front?
4 weapons. It's 4-4. So what I have up front are 1 Terran phaser beam bank, the scaling one. 2 sensor linked dual beam banks and 1 wide angle dual beam bank. I have the omnidirectional phaser.
Dante?
Oh, it's a 4-4, isn't it? Sorry, I was thinking what's the 5th one, and I realised it's a 4-4.
It's a 4-4, and I'm running in the back. Besides the two phaser omnis, I'm running a heavy biomolecular phaser turret and a inhibiting phaser turret. So I got a 2-piece off the Ordnance Accelerator.
So if it was me, I would keep the Terran one, obviously. Keep the Lorca dual beam wide angle thing, and then the 2 sensor linked, because then you'll have 3 dual beams and a normal beam, which will make up for itself.
Yep. And like I said, I got an Ordnance Accelerator, which gives me task force tuning, which gives me another 10% extra phaser damage, along with the Ordnance Accelerator.
One thing that could be worth slotting as well at the back, have a look at getting. Oh, you probably already got it actually. Get one of either the Trilithium Omni or the Trilithium Turret, because they have a 5% haste proc, and I believe it actually procs the 5% haste on all of your weapons, not just that one. Also, fun fact as well, apparently you can only have one of the Trilithium Omnis at the back, but you can have 2 of the Trilithium Turrets. Makes no sense.
Well, I just put the Trilithium Omni on instead of my regular phaser Omni.
Other thing that could be worth looking at, depending on what your other Starship traits are, if you slot in entwined tactical matrices, it'll mean when you fire off your torpedo or
I don't have a torpedo anymore. So,
Well, if you keep the... So, okay, so if you keep the...
I have preferential targeting, so when I do a cannon firing mode, I get extra phaser boost.
Okay, so that'll almost... It's almost the same thing, but kind of in the other direction then. So what I was getting at with the entwined tactical matrices is you could keep the torpedo ability, but not have the torpedo. Hit the torpedo ability, and you'll get a free fire at will and a free cannon scatter volley.
Yeah.
But you're doing it kind of like the other way around for roughly the same sort of effect in a really, really roundabout way. Same effect, more damage.
I'm going to get rid of the biomolecular phaser turret since I don't have a two-piece on there. And who cares about radiation damage? Is negligible. The trilithium turret's back on. I can't use the trilithium and the two-piece advanced inhibiting, so I kept the inhibiting. Oh wait, I got the inhibiting turret anyway, so I can't. So yeah, let's switch back that freaking.
I quite like the inhibiting stuff. I think it's underrated because it's got that movement debuff, hasn't it?
Yeah, I got Okay, my aft weapons are inhibiting omnidirectional phaser, trilithium enhanced omnidirectional phaser, and now the trilithium enhanced phaser turret.
Yeah, sounds like a good combo, that.
Yep.
Plus, the turret also looks really good when it's firing, because
Yeah.
it just looks like you've got a rapid-fire torpedo. Well, it looks like it. I know it's not.
Yeah,
But...
yeah, I know. It's kind of.
Well, that one's done.
Well done. The destruction
As I go log back in because my net hiccuped.
And we've got one left to do there, Dante, so let's see what we've got. It's red. We're right next to it, so pretty easy. Okay, and we're queued for that one now. Oops, no we're not.
Just before I log off, I'm going to drop down to Space Dock. I'll see what I've got on my phaser build to see if there's any suggestions for you.
Yeah, I'm
my,
jumping back out into space, but yeah, the ship is maneuverable enough. I thought I could get away with the dual beams, so might as well.
Well, my Arbiter does about 150, 160k, but I've not really done anything with it for a while.
And that's really the neighborhood I kind of want to get this ship into.
It's a good range. Past that, you're literally doing what I'm doing with this Gagarin, where you're just min-maxing and worrying about the last 0.5% on everything.
Yeah, I might re-engineer. I'm running pure damage mods on everything. I might re-engineer again the phasers, but
see, I did for the mods where possible because of being an engineer. I modified it so that because there's 4 mods on Epic, isn't there? Is it on Epic? Yeah, there's 4 mods on Ultra Rare, so I did 2 crit D and 2 for damage.
Yeah.
With the 5th one being whichever one came up first.
I have crit D damage and then damage X4, so technically I'm running 5 damage mods, which explains why I can have such consistent around the board damage.
So there you go, here's some other ones that are worth looking at, and I think you can actually get them from Phoenix. The prolonged engagement.
Oh, I have that already. I can pick that up. I can pick that up anytime I want.
Yeah, that's a good one because it's. I think if I remember correctly, it starts off at like 80% as good as everything else, but then after a few seconds, it's like 120% as good as everything else. So let me have a look what else I've got on this. And then so my 4 weapons, admittedly there's 5 of them because it's 5-3. There's a Terran Task Force phaser beam, prolonged phaser beam, wide angle phaser, quantum phase, and then the dark matter torpedo.
Yep.
And then at the back I've got a trilithium omni, kinetic cutting, and omni, and the normal crafted omni. And I've only got the kinetic slotted because it'll form the 2-piece with the simulated module, which means I get the weapon power boost thingamabob.
Yep, I got what mine is standing up right now. I just turned on the Twitch stream as we go looking at each other.
This is not tripping.
Yeah, okay, that'll make it easier. Let me just have a look.
There you go.
This code a bit bigger.
Got the wee woo.
Yeah, got the wee whoop. It didn't want to go, and then all of a sudden, as soon as I threatened it, it said it would.
Yep.
It said, "Fine, Mom."
Exactly.
What's the second console in, sorry? Second console on engineering?
That is my weaponized helio torsion, which is 15% phaser damage, 15 crit severity.
Yeah, that's okay. That's from a mirror thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Came off the legendary, so I went, 15% is 15%.
To be honest, the only one I think, if it was me, the only one that I would probably drop off yours. In fact, do you run beam overload or fire at will?
I do overload.
Okay, so if it was me thinking about it, there's two changes I would make to your consoles. If it was me, I would drop the ordnance accelerator and replace it with reinforced armaments. Because that 10% bonus is not as big as you'd think, and if you're running beam overload, the extra power transfer rate from reinforced armaments will be really useful, and obviously you get more hull and more hull restoration and more hull capacity. So if you're using tilers, you get more crit chance.
I'm not even using tilers yet. I have to go through my traits and switch some of them around because.
I'm trying to think what was the other thing I was going to suggest. So that would swap out your ordnance.
Yeah.
And then I'll wait for you to load in the shop. But I've already forgotten what the other thing was I was going to suggest.
Yeah. I'm keeping Domino.
Domino's good. I have Domino slotted on a plasma build.
Yeah.
It was very nicely fun.
I have Domino on my disruptor builds. Alright, let's...
and then your other one is your second universal, the locator. I would honestly swap that out for a bioneural.
I do have Bioneuro in here already, so yeah.
Oh, okay, so hold on. So you got bioneural, you've got tachyokinetic.
Dante,
Okay,
that should have given you all three.
Swap it for the assimilated module.
I can do that. I got one of those floating around here.
Because crit chance, crit severity, weapon power,
Thank you.
hull regen,
My
and
pleasure.
control expertise.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
I just have to upgrade these two things.
And then let's have a quick look at your traits.
Starship traits I'm incredibly happy with, so...
We'll go to personal space traits.
Yep.
But I've been doing a lot of work on these lately, so...
Yeah.
Adaptive offense is fine. Beam barrage isn't as good as is suggested, so that's something that you could potentially drop.
Yeah.
Go down, go down. Fleet coordinator, you need to have that.
Yeah. Let's drop beam barrage for the moment. Pick up fleet coordinator.
Scroll down. Let's have a look at the rest of them.
I don't need an Oculus, but it does
Innocuous
on my
isn't
crit
bad,
severity. That's my crit severity, but
if you've got the cash to do it, replace Innocuous with, I've forgotten the name, Terran Targeting Systems, I think it is. Yeah, Terran Targeting Systems, if you've got it. If not, you can get it from the exchange for, I think, about 15 to 20 million. It's basically just a straight up 15% critical severity.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You should have that on the lot. I've been seeing the same stuff like that in context and good data die on things that aren't even tactical. They're just seems like everybody's been using them.
15 million, picking it up now.
Hey, folks, I'm going to do one more run, and then I'm going to head off for the night.
All right.
So I don't know if you want to do anything, since you're in the middle of a build.
Well, give me a minute here, because I might have beamed out into space for this thing. Another one, Terran Vision.
You'll need to jump out.
You have to jump out.
The other one that's worth getting whilst... Second too late.
I I have to transfer money over from another character. I just because I went and got the DPRM for a Klingon yesterday because it was down to I could pick it up for like 13 million. It's like, yeah, I need that.
That's quite good.
Yeah. I was going to pick it up for 20, and it's like, oh, wait, it's down to 15. Huh, mine. All right. Innocuous, go away. Come on.
How do you feel about the intelligence agent attaché?
I got that yesterday. It
I have a
seems
few of them.
okay. It's not as good as I hoped it would be, but then I don't really know what I was hoping for, if I'm being honest. The other ones I would say the other ones I would say that you need to probably look at dropping is just scroll down slowly.
All right.
I'll answer the Taché one in more detail in a second. So you should definitely slot in fleet coordinator.
I did. I went away again.
Fuck.
Really hate when Beam barrage we don't need, but fleet coordinator we do.
Yep. Scroll down. By the way, on the bit where you're on the personal space traits, do you know you can drag those around to reorganize them?
Yes.
I found that by accident. That's actually quite handy for me. You can definitely get rid of that. Definitely get rid of that.
Yep.
What does reorganizing them do?
Absolutely sod all. It just makes them appear neater if you're organised. So, for example, I've got mine arranged so my bottom 6 are the ones that I've just purchased or done something, and my top 3 are the ones I need to replace.
Yeah.
You should have from a mission. You should have one called self-modulating fire. It's from the mission called House Pair or something like that.
Should. I think self-modulating fire. Let me check that real quick.
So my personal space traits will be similar to what would work really well for you, which would be superior beam training, which it looks like you've got. Bulkhead technician.
It's actually Herald Lockbox.
You sure? I got that from a mission.
I just looked it up.
Which one is it?
Genetic resequencer, space traits, self-modulating fire.
Oh, okay. So I wonder why I've got that. How have I got that?
Probably get gifted or...
We can work it out in a minute. So I've got bulkhead technician, but I might swap that out. But I've literally just got that slotted because it enhances Tyler's duality.
Yeah, I gotta put that. I gotta throw that in like next.
Context for kings.
I have that.
Self-modulating fire, which we just discussed. Point blank shot, but I will eventually get that.
That was a mission one. I picked that up because I notice I tend to get close to murdering for murder.
To be honest, the best trait that I've actually picked up as of late, and if you've got the assimilated module, you've got the Tachyo, you've got the bioneural, they all had control expertise. Get fragment of AI tech. Thank me later. It's phenomenal. It's for every piece of control expertise you've got, and it gives you 50 as well. It increases your damage output.
25 million. I don't have that on me.
Okay, I'm going to talk off topic here for a moment since we were talking about this the other day. If anybody is interested, the event that's running the Borg RA, which is just the Red Alert one, which is going to run for 20 days, you have to complete it 10 times, it's going to run for 14 days, and you have to complete it for 10 times in that period. That said, if you buy it out, the buyout after the first day is 1,350 Zen, and then after that, you would immediately start collecting dilithium at the rate of 8,000 the first day, 9,000 the second, and therefore. So you actually wind up with trading out 1,350 Zen and earning about 125,000 dilithium in exchange, just in case anybody's interested in the buyout. I don't know if it's worth it to anybody to switch 1,350 Zen, $13.50 for 125,000 dilithium.
Well, Mom, there is no
Way
self-modulating.
too much math.
Yeah.
It's math. Duffy, here's an invitation to you for Von Marcus, Duffy. Anyone else for Red Alert?
I'm okay for the moment, thank you.
DT?
I'm gonna be-
Yeah.
I'm gonna get going in a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, I can't afford self-modulating fire today, so
How much is
have
it?
a look at what's it called?
How much is it, DT?
25 million.
It's not bad.
You want me to give it to you?
Oh, I love it.
Hey,
What
Dante,
was the other one?
you're
Give
Klingon,
me a
I
little
think.
bit. Give me a
Oh,
little
no
bit.
problem. What is the other one I have to look at?
Fragment of AI tech.
Hang on a second. I think we actually might have that in the Fleet Bank, DT. I don't know.
If we do.
Dante, you're Klingon. We're Federation.
$29 for fragments. So yeah, let's see if we have it in the bank.
Yeah, fragment of AI tech, because you've got those 3 console dimensions, which adds control expertise. You're going to be looking at least 15% damage bonus, and if you get them maxed out, it'll be closer to 20. I'm just seeing if I've got anything in the bank that could help. Cross-faction console pack, apparently. I did not know I had that.
Anybody else for a Borg RA? Okay, I'm going to queue us.
Yeah, I was going to jump in.
Okay, fine. Which one are you on, Jason?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. No, I'm going to queue us. We are queued. We have Weeboo.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, no fragment of AI tech in the strike group bank anyway.
Okay.
Might be in one of the others. I don't know.
No, it was Strike Group. I thought it was in.
Yeah.
I have a list of everything we've got. I'm so used now to getting used to waiting for the speech to go through. The little briefing. There's no briefing now.
Right, on that note, I'm going to drop off for the evening, I think.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yep.
Yeah, no worries. Is everybody on tomorrow night, or?
Yeah, we actually will be on tomorrow night because I will be gone on Thursday. So we're going to be doing a show tomorrow.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is, I was going to say, DT, when you've got a couple of those things, if you want to spend 20 minutes going through your build again, we'll see what we can come up with. Cause
we can go through. We can go through it tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, don't forget, you can use the private channels too to chit chat about stuff.
Yep. Right. Good.
That's why we've got all those channels.
I knew they were there for a reason. Right. I'll see you all later.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yep, little bits of tweaking here and there will go.
Oh, yeah. Get you up to that 170 again. Well, that was easy.
Yep.
Guess we'll take some fleet marks.
Same here. It's not like.
And with that, everyone, I'm going to head off for the evening. We will be back tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time, same bat station.
Yep.
Ooh. Hey, Von Marcus, talk to Ed. He's got some great Space Wizard stuff, too. And so does Plubber. Plubber has got some awesome stuff. Yeah, you want to rate it? Rob, thank you so much for the follow. I noticed that you followed us, and I appreciate it. So everyone have...
We always appreciate the follows, yeah.
Totally. Everyone have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 o'clock.
Have a good evening.
Yes, exactly. Take care, everybody. Hey, Dante, it was so good to have you around.
It's good to be here.
All right, we're going to go raid Frankie D Space. Go, what time zone? EST. So 2 hours and 36 minutes earlier than it is right now, plus 24 hours. Okay, Pi, do that raid thing.